Hooray! Really sorry, guys, for the delay, but we shall start now, okay? So why I decided to gather today is just because I cannot not to do that. It's just I hear it in my meditations. I just get so much questions from my students who didn't come today, but they have questions, but they don't want to, spend their time in listening to the answers. But maybe that was the cause why we are here today. So traditionally, in all these ancient traditions, they praise in the beginning of the book, in the beginning of the teaching, they praise all the lineage, they praise all the teachers, and I also want to praise my higher self, all the Buddhas, all the angels, all the universe, gods, whatever you believe. It's just the force that helped me in my life, that supported me in the hardest time, in the most difficult time, that gave me the power to move on, that through other people wiped my tears, maybe sometimes kicked me under my ass. So I just moved. So I'm really grateful that these teachings, this knowledge, this wisdom is in my life. And when I realized that I'm actually doing it, this is the, this brings me money that supports my living, spreading this knowledge, spreading the results, what I got from this wisdom. It just makes me so happy. Also, I want to say that I'm a real result of this system, of this knowledge. I think it's, you can see it in my body. I think I have a nice genetic. But it is really hard work. It's work on your body, it's work on your mental state. And after my divorce, after the war started in Ukraine, after I changed 7 places of living, 7 homes, let's say like that, within 1 year, I'm still here, I'm still smiling. Moreover, I have such a great plans for the future. This exact week opened new doors in my life, so I will expand and expand and expand. And it gives me such a happiness, and I really want, I cannot not to share, because I really want all the people to live through that, okay? I really want all the people to understand that their best support and their core support is something very deep inside themselves, okay? Today we'll talk about what is yoga. I have a lot of topics, but today, what is yoga? So this is Yoga Sutras Patanjali, and this is one of the most ancient source of yoga wisdom, let's say like that. So this book says that a little figures in yoga poses was founded nearly 4,000 years before CE, yes? So it's like around 5,000 or 6,000 years, can you imagine? And if the knowledge, the book, the little book, yes, because the commentary is big, but the book is really tiny, the knowledge is very suppressed, And if this book survived and passed from mothers to sons, from sons to grandsons for so many generations, it means that there is something valuable here, that people get some results from what they found here, okay? And one of the core messages I want to share today with you, okay? So I will sing now. I'm not a good singer, okay? But this is one of the first verses. What is yoga? Yogash chitta vritti nirodha. Yogash chitta vritti nirodha. Yogash chitta vritti nirodha. Wow, what was that? What is yoga? Yoga is the chitta. It's our mind. Chitta, it's our mental activities. Yes. Vritti. Vritti is very similar to what in Russian language переворачивать. It means to turn. Okay. Chitta turns. And then nirodha. Nirodha, it's not to give birth. It's to cease the fluctuation or the turning around of our mind. So naturally, our mind, this is how we naturally perceive our reality, turns something. What? Everything. We perceive mistakenly everything that around us and our body. Okay? So yoga is the instruction of how to stop vritti, that what mind turns. Okay? I'll give you example. You might heard that okay, everything around us is a mirror. Yes, he or she is just reflection of what is inside you. Yes, like that. And there is some of truth, but it's not total truth. Yes, it's not your mirror. You are what is outside, actually. Okay? And to explain you and to prove it to you, I'll give you the very important tool my teacher gave to me. As you know, I studied Buddhism for almost 4 years, and I translate Buddhist lesson from English to Russian. Okay, so this knowledge is from the Buddhism also, but this is the core of yoga. It will show us now how our mind turns reality. Okay, here I have something. I'll ask you a question, okay, and you will just answer. Let's play, let's communicate. What is this? Let's say it's a pen. Yeah? And if, for example, a little doggy will come to this room and I will call it, come here, come here. Will the dog see it as a pen? What the dog will do with this thing? Eat it. The dog will chew it. So this thing, for a dog, it's a chew toy, right? Okay. So I see it as a pen, and the little puppy, doggy, sees it as a chew toy. Now, a very important question. Who is right? Both. Both are right, right? That's a functional thing that works both for me and for a doggy, right? Okay. Now the next question, very important. Just stay with me. If, for example, I put this thing on a table and everybody will leave the room, all the people will leave the room, all the dogs will leave the room, even flies, everybody leaves the room. In this very moment, what is this? Nothing. Millions of people throughout all the world who've heard this wisdom say that it's nothing. It's kind of potential to become something, right? Okay, so now the door is opened and a human, a man, for example, comes into the room. And when he turns his gaze to this thing, something forces him to see it as a pen. So it was nothing, 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 a pen. Okay? And now a dog comes into the room. And for a dog, it was nothing, 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 a chew toy. Right? So it's like two parallel realities. And they exist at the same time, at the same place, for both of them. Okay? Good. The next very important question. So if it is true for a man and it is true for both perceive it, yes, for a puppy, can you say, is the pen, is this thing, both the pen and a chew toy, comes this side or this side? This side, yeah? Because when I look at it, something forces me, I see the pen, and the dog sees it as a chew toy, right? So do you agree that it comes this way? Yes. Good. There is no way back. If it comes from me, can I just turn it to anything I want? It comes from me, and I want it, for example, to become a diamond. Let's try. Diamond, diamond, diamond. It's still a pen. It shows us that only positive thinking, that only our thoughts cannot change what we see, right? So it's not enough. Something else is going on here, right? Ancient sources says that the small seeds that we hold in our mind, okay, comes out from our mind, they are ripened, comes out, cover these parts, and force us to see it as a pen, okay? So what are those seeds? How did they get there? This is the thing what ancient people call karma. My teacher likes to say seeds, yes, because karma nowadays sounds, yeah, like it's bizarre, you know. You think that karma is something bad. But how karma comes here, yes? How it comes to our mind? Karma, let's start like that. The thing is, our mind works like a video camera, and it records everything we think, say, and do. It records all our actions, words, and thoughts. So if, for example, I give, let's pretend it's 100 pounds, okay? I give somebody this thing, yes? And this guy takes it. Who see it? Who see this action? The guy see, and I see it too, right? I see that I give, I see that the guy takes, okay? And this is with everything in our life, with everything. All our thoughts towards ourselves, towards others, and towards other people, all the words we say, all the actions we do, they are forever in our mind. We see it, and it leaves an imprint in our mind. And then this imprint becomes a seed. And then this seed grows, 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 and ripens. And then we see it as a pen. Okay? So why we see it as a pen? Because in the past, we gave this pen to somebody else. Why I see my husband, for example, cheating me? Because I was cheating in the past. Or maybe flirting, because karma grows. Okay? Why I have lack of money? Because I was scrooged to give money to somebody. Okay? And it explains everything in our world. Why we have what we have. I remember myself when I was a teenager, and I was so upset. My parents couldn't answer the questions I had. And I was like, oh my God, I want to have what she has. I want to have the attitude from my teacher towards me the same, the teacher attitudes to her. But teacher loves her and doesn't love me. Why? Why my parents are poor and his parents are rich? Why I like math and she likes, I don't know, history? Why I am like I am? My parents never could explain me like that. And the most awful thing, that deep inside me, I knew that I'm a good person. I knew that I deserved a lot. Yes, I deserve the very good things from this world, because I'm good somewhere deep inside. But why I act as a silly girl? Why I envy? Why I jealous? Why all these things happens to me? Why, for example, I don't know, I struggle to put things on their place so the room is not tidy, you know, like that. Why I am like I am? And here we come to our second tool, okay? So we understood that karma, okay, it's the seeds that we plant by our thoughts, words, and actions, and it grows and ripens and covers all the parts around us, and we perceive the world around us as we perceive. What we planted, that we get. But you may ask, like, okay, I'm very generous, I gave a tip to a taxi driver. Why, for example, my client didn't give me a tip? And this is another law of karma. Karma not only grows. For it to ripen, you need some time, okay? Some time until it grows, and some special circumstances. So at the same moment, during 1 second, I plant 65 seeds, 65 karmas in my mind, and also I perceive 65 karmas around me ripening, okay, per 1 second. That is why, you know, when we are watching movie, we have 25 per second, yes? And how mind works, we have 65 per second. This is what ancient sources says. That is why we perceive everything so clear, so real, okay? So this time gap, sometimes it frustrates us, because when we see, for example, at people who are rich and powerful, but they are assholes, for example, we don't believe in karma, yes? And also, sometimes people that perceive themselves only within this year or within 10 years, for example, yes, they cannot extend their life, their understanding of themselves more, for example, yes? No, I'm a good person, yes? Why I get this shit to me? Why, for example, I don't get respect? from other people, yes? If I give respect, or I'm trying to give respect, at least I don't disrespect them, yes? So there is this, some things that in our mind we have a lot of questions, yes? So yoga explains us all of those. Patanjali, this ancient wisdom seeker, wise man, let's say like that. He wasn't seeker, he knew already everything. He said that yoga has 8 limbs. Okay? So first 2 limbs are our ethical behavior. So first one, yama, is what we shouldn't do not to spoil our karma, so we don't live through obstacles, through bad things, we don't have troubles in our life, okay? So in his first limb, he explains what not to do in order not to plant bad karma, okay? We will later, on our second meeting, I will tell you everything I know about karma. Maybe not everything, but as much as I can. So the second limb explains us what to do in order to plant a nice karma. So our life is happy, we are financially independent, we have nice relationship with people, we're healthy, yes. Also, I think that's very important that in your life you feel yourself content. You feel that you are satisfied in your life, yes? You feel in your heart that you are happy. It's really very important. And you can have relationship but not to be happy. You can have financial independence but not to be happy, yes? So this thing is really very important also, right? And this second limb explains us what to do in order to have a nice life, okay? Not to have bad life, to have a nice life. And only the third limb, it's actually yoga. It's our asanas, our exercises. And our exercises, I will explain you now more in detail why they're so strange. But just to tell you that ancient, they perceive our body in a totally different way. They knew something our scientists don't know now, okay? And I experienced it by myself. When I met yoga, I was like, oh, I have my philosophy, my own philosophy. I need only poses that help people to recover, for example, from injuries, because my first group as a teacher was, everybody was all broken, and I wanted to help their bodies to recover, okay? So the third one is asanas, and then we have pranayama, my favorite one. That's a breath work. That's what I do in the beginning of our classes, and why I insist that it's very important, yes? And that's what we will do now, okay? So what pranayama gives, what you have to do to remember now, it gives you the energy, okay? Because prana, we can translate it as an energy. That's a vital energy, okay? We sometimes, like my mom says, okay, you are so skinny, you don't eat enough, so that is why you don't have energy, yes? But I'm like, Mom, come on. Like, I was, how to say, for example, I feasted for a long time, so I ate almost nothing, and I felt much better. I had a lot of energy, yes? So let us just remember that the fourth limb is about energy, and we can control our energy using our breath, okay? And the last limb, it consists of 3. That's about meditation. That's 3 stages of meditation. Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana samadhi. It's 4 limbs, okay? Pratyahara, it's when we withdraw from the outer world inside. We realize, because of that, we realize that everything comes from us. So I don't need to blame anybody or anything. if I have something outside that bothers me, it means that I have something inside that I need to fix. That's it. Okay? Then we have dharana. It's when we concentrate. That's like really nice concentration on the object. And then dhyana and samadhi, that's a really proper concentration when you don't distract at all. That's very high levels, and in my meditation it's really very difficult to get there. Though I had few times in my life where I really felt myself in dhyana. Yes, so it's pretty, and I must say that this state is incompatible with anything. I tried a lot in my life. I drank alcohol. I was in love. I was traveling all over the world. I earned a lot of money. I met very famous people, you know, and never in my life I was so happy, so blissful, so clear as in dhyana. Okay, so this state, it's something, it's like other level, okay, for a human being, and it's difficult to describe that. So let the meditation stay apart for now, okay, and I will explain you how these 8 limbs, what for they are, the mechanics of how it works, why we need all of them, okay. I wanted a flip chart, but unfortunately, so we'll write, draw like a babies on a piece of paper, okay? I'm not a very good teacher for the beginning, but I'm striving to, okay? So let us pretend, okay, that the outer layer of us, this outer layer, let's say like that, okay? This is our body, our physical body, and everything we see around us. So when in our Shavasana, for example, I'm telling you like, oh, just dissolve limits between you and the outer world or something like that. This is what I want you to show, okay? So everything around you is you. Is actually your outer body. Remember the dog. He perceives reality totally differently from me, okay? So all our realities, they're totally different, okay? So the next level, and I must say here that there are different yoga schools and they explain it in a different way. But most of the layers are similar. I will give you the information from my lineage, okay, from my teacher, because first of all, that's really clear for me. And the second point, there is a layer that is extremely important for me, okay, and you will understand why. So the next level, okay, it's our everything that nourishes us. So it can be food, it can be water, it can be the outer energy, okay? And this outer energy mostly we accumulate through our breath, okay? So my teacher says that the second layer is our breath, actually, okay? He just simplifies all that nourishes us. That's all the outer energy that we can accumulate, okay? You know, without food we can live a long life, without water we can live a few days, and without air, 3 minutes, 5, maybe, yes? So this is the main thing we're getting energy from, okay? The inside level is very interesting because the breath is really very tightly connected with our inner energy channels. So one other reason why these poses are so fancy, because our body, like, it has some subtle tubes, yes? And into these tubes, there is an energy. It flows throughout our body like blood flows on blood vessels, okay? So we are not only breathing and accumulating, we are forcing it, okay? And as I told you already on our classes, each emotion, it has like certain breathing pattern, right? And if we, for example, make long inhales and short exhales, we activate long and active inhales, for example. We activate more our active nervous system, yes, sympathetical. If we make long and deep exhales, yes, and short, sharp inhales, like almost invisible, we activate our parasympathetical nervous system, so we are relaxed, yes, like that. So just using our breath, we can control our state, okay, our behavior. And what is interesting there, that the next level, there is a very nice connection between this level and the next level. How our energy flows, the same way our mind flows, our thoughts goes, okay? That is why, for example, you can imagine, if you are angry, how you're breathing. You are tight, yeah? Something like that. If you are happy, how you're breathing? You're relaxed, it's much shallow, you know, the energy flows very smoothly like that, yes? If you are, for example, excited, yes? Or you just live through some pleasure in your life, for example, what is your breath? Yes, you know, like that. So your state has a certain breathing pattern, and with your breath you can control and change your state, your thoughts, okay? So ancient sources say Lung Sang Jugpa Chikpa. It means that energy and thoughts are going together like a horse and a rider, okay? So like eventually our thoughts flow the way our energy goes, okay? And when I started yoga and thought, oh, I'll have my own philosophy, I just need the postures causes the energy flow a certain way. So my mind changed, okay? And I envy before, and now I don't. I was greedy before, and now I'm generous, for example, yes? So this is a very working tool to change your minuses and turn them into pluses, okay? We are all good people deep inside. And sometimes, like, I can yell at my kids, yes? Sometimes I can do some shit, yes? So this is the instruction, what you can do to get rid of everything that prevents you from this blissful state, that prevents you from being your best self, your higher self, okay? Like, for example, oh, okay, I like to drink alcohol. No, not drink alcohol. For example, yes, I like the state after alcohol. I become more brave and more, you know, something like that. Yes, I feel relaxed and so on, so on. But I understand that after that, my mind is a mess, yes? And to really feel the natural state, to feel myself free, I need to get rid of that. It's not that I don't do it. I forbid myself to do that, yes? I forbid myself to, I don't know, to like guys, to, you know, something like that. All these things that we think gives us pleasure, yes? Like that. But the final goal of yoga, it's a liberation. It's a state of freedom. And we get this freedom when we get rid of everything that prevents us of feeling ourselves like that, okay? So, for example, I'm lazy today. I woke up, yes, and I don't want to do anything, okay? But I know that if I do few asanas, I will feel myself better. And I go out from my bed, and I step in my favorite yoga mat, yes, and I do few poses because I just know I overcame myself now. Yes, I don't do what I would like to do, but I do what I need to do. So I feel myself better. So I'm a better person. Not for everybody, not because my mom likes that I'm sober, for example, or that I'm fit. My husband likes my glute to be nice, you know, like that. Or you understand what I mean? No, for yourself. Because your love for you is so intense that you are ready to apply some efforts to become your better self. And it's not easy, I must tell you. That's a really difficult job. But it's worth it. It's worth it. And when I plant enough seeds, then my universe changes. The next layer, our thoughts, and the next layer is our karma, yes? When we go, for example, we can go from outside in and from inside out, okay? So now I explain you this way, the first way. So we took some asanas, yes, we worked with our energies, and it plants a proper seeds while we are doing downward facing dog in our mind, so we feel ourselves better afterwards and our mind changes, yes? Our thoughts become more kind, more wise, more compassionate. For example, if somebody calls me stupid, I'm like, you call me stupid because you are not confident in yourself, yes? And I know that. I don't need to yell back. I'm just compassionate to you. I won't do to you what you did to me because I'm wiser, okay? And you're like, only today, darling, yes? And you do what you need to do. And it doesn't cause you any harm, and it doesn't cause you any pain, yes? Like before, for example, my husband, my ex-husband, liked to make my achievements to seem lesser, you know, like that. Or liked my ideas to seem airy, you know, impossible, or something like that, yes? So when you get this feedback, oh yes, that's a stupid idea. And I was like, oh, you know, like that before. And now I'm like, stupid idea for you, and I will do it. You know, like it doesn't stop me. I don't have any obstacles, you know, like that. And also we can go from inside out, okay? So we can intentionally using, for example, first two links, don't switch the channels, come to our second lecture. I will explain you how karma works, okay? We can plant a proper seeds in our mind by our thoughts, speech, and actions, okay? And they will ripen, so we feel ourselves better, our energy goes much worse, and we are just experiencing the different world around us. You can just compare. Imagine that you are tired. How you perceive your world. And now imagine that you are on vacation, like I've just came back from Nice, from Monaco, yes. I saw all this beauty, all the amazing beaches, all these fishes, yes. How I feel myself, okay? So this is the same, yes. And when you go inside out, okay, you will have this time gap, okay, before your seed will grow and ripen, okay? But if you do asanas and breath work, it changes your energy immediately. That is why it is so important, okay? That is why yesterday, after my meditation, a woman cried. She opened her heart so much. She felt this bliss. And she hugged me and said, I never felt myself like that before. You know? And that is why when you wake up after your Shavasana, you don't want to yell back to your husband. You don't care whether you cooked your meal for your kids or not. You just come back home and you're hugging them. You know, you don't do, oh, stop your ma, stop, I need to do this and need to do that. You're just in love. You feel yourself cool, you know, and that plants another good seeds, You respond differently. You just experience your life differently, okay? And the last thing, so you understood, yeah? One more time. This yoga, why it's so cool? Because it combines outer method, when you go from your body to your energy, your thoughts, and your karma, yes? And from inside out, when you change your minds, change your karma, change your mind, change your reaction, your energy, and you experience another result. And here in the middle, my teacher calls this system Panchakosha, 5 layers of onion. Because, for example, a peach has a bone inside, or how do you call this bone inside? Bone, yeah? Bone, yes. Most of fruits, they have something inside, yes? But onion, it doesn't have, okay? So that is why he took this example here, because here in the middle, what we have? We have that, what we see, what we have when nobody's in the room. So this is the potential to change yourself, to change your mind, your reactions, and to change your world. Ancient books call it emptiness. And it is emptiness not because it's all dark or there is nothing in it, yes? It's emptiness because only you can do anything you want with it, okay? Everything you experience in your life is empty of its own nature. With your karma, with your words, or thoughts, and actions, you plant into this emptiness everything you want to experience, okay? Consciously or unconsciously, it depends from you, okay? So this is the most part that I wanted to share with you today. We are, sharp, very good. So now we'll have some practice, okay? By the way, you see what my meditation gives to me. I can sit like that for a very, very long time. So I want to encourage you to meditate. I will show you today what we can do in our meditation, okay? During every day, at least for 5 or 10 minutes, okay?